In a world that's all about getting shit done, I've built a business that's based on slowing down and pausing. And I've been able to do that by following the tools and applying what I learned on the KPI program. I've got a coaching and consulting business which is designed to address the issues of lifestyle and business burnout. The reason that I set this business up is because about 5 years ago, I had my own experience of burnout. I joined the KPI program just as I was coming out of that experience. And at that time, I knew I had a wealth of coaching and business skills, but I didn't have a UK network, and I really wasn't sure how I was going to get my own business started. So if you fast forward to today, there are now 2 different arms to my business. For me, all of this has really been able to take place and has happened to be able to build and scale because I was able to implement what I learned about the ATM model in the KPI program. It's been fundamental for me. In fact, I don't think I'd have the business I have today if I hadn't taken that and learned and understood what is needed to really be able to build a powerful product ecosystem.
Having been on the KPI program, there are 2 sayings of Danielle's that resonated with me. Number 1, which is always be pitching, and the second one is you get what you pitch for. I've just done Pitch Fest, and at Pitch Fest, which is at the end of the KPI program, you spend a lot of time practicing and perfecting your pitch. And then came the day when this played out for real. I was at the Institute of Directors taking advantage of their hot desks, and I saw a startup and some investors in the corner. What I could hear was the startups being very enthusiastic and animated. They were leaning forward, they were dropping some big names, but then I heard the investors say to one of the startups, "You've been talking at us for 2 hours, yet we still don't know what you do, how much it costs, what the product is, or if you actually developed a solution but have no problem to fix." Danielle saying, "Always be pitching," I could hear your voice ringing in my ears. I thought, right, this is my opportunity. So I marched over to the investors. I delivered my 3-minute pitch. I then asked them if they wanted to go for coffee, and they agreed. The best news of all of this is that we are now building our prototype. So the moral of the story for me is that you do get what you pitch for, as long as you prepare. You don't need 2 hours of waffle.
I was sat where you were. Actually, it was October 2012, and later on you see the entrepreneur's journey, and I was very much in the desert stage, and a day doesn't go by where I don't apply the KPI message. Product, as Dan shared, has really helped our business go from one that was really not scalable to one that's really focused on assets and influence and using that to scale. Our goal at Redington is to help make 100 million people financially secure. And unless we have that product ecosystem in place, we'll never be able to achieve that. We advise large institutional pension funds, and most of our clients are probably in their 60s. And in fact, the average age of Redington, I think, is 31 or 32. So we have a real credibility problem. What are young people coming in to tell us about pensions? So applying the KPI method to be able to meet with the CFO or the group treasurer or the HR director and say, actually, we can come in and we can really help you with your pension fund is absolutely key.
We're the founders of Undefeated, a global, not-for-profit organisation that aims to help people with diabetes avoid lower limb amputations.
And together, we're the KPIs of the year. The current challenge we have is the fact that every 20 seconds, somebody in the world is undergoing a lower limb amputation as a direct result of diabetes.
So we started to think, well, how can we reach 415 million people around the world who have diabetes, not to mention all the other millions who are on the way to getting it.
It soon became evident that although we had a good pitch, the missing piece was profile. Not having a strong profile behind us was tough. When you have a big profile, it allows you to be able to have a bigger impact. We're now being sought out by countries. We've just returned from Algeria, speaking and training, which has led to the book going to be translated into French, Arabic and Chinese.
I suppose that's why I'm standing here speaking to you today, because for me, the KPI program has enabled me to bring my life's work, essentially, to the world. And for me, that has been completely priceless.
And from personal experience, I would say be brave. Could be you on stage next year. anything is possible.